Hello everyone, welcome to my playthrough of Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Just kidding, Super Mario World on the Super Famicom. So this is the Japanese version of Super Mario World in its original form, and I am playing this for the purpose of practicing my Japanese a little bit. So here we have some blank games with Mario, but they do have a little bit of English in here for me. So as you can see, there's lots of little text boxes that emerge, and I'm going to type out each one, and we'll see how the translation comes as we go. As usual in my translations, any white characters are hiragana, classic Japanese letters. Brown ones are katakana. Blue ones are kanji. In the case of level names and things, I'm just going to put the phonetic and the actual translation in. So here we are at Yoshi's house, taking a look, seeing where Yoshi's gone, and it seems that he has in fact gone looking for his friends. Alright, now we're in the first course. Time to collect all these dragon coins. You get a 1-up if you get them all. Stuff flying all over the place, good and bad. As usual, if you walk into an enemy, that's no good. Jump on their head, and they're dead. Love the hidden mushrooms. This game introduces the spin jump, where Big Mario can actually break blocks. And here we have the halfway point, and a secret little outline there that will eventually open up and turn into a block of its own. We have all these little advice blocks throughout, so we can learn little things. This one's pointing out that little open frame in the top of the screen where I can actually store an extra item. This one's telling me if I hold the run button down, I can throw a shell upwards. And then what an example of that. A 1-up just there for me. Don't even need the little cheater catcher box. So this playthrough is definitely not to show that I'm a hotshot player. I'm going to be using lots of editing to cut out unnecessary deaths. So if you're looking for a really clean speedrun, this is not it. However, it should be a fairly complete playthrough, so if you want to see how things are in a relatively efficient way, you can definitely watch on and enjoy what you see. If you're really curious to see how I'm doing, you can always keep an eye on the life count. I'm sure you'll notice a little decline when I get to the harder levels. Usually the first few worlds I can blitz through pretty successfully, but once we get into the secret worlds and some of the Mystery Forest stuff and things, it gets a little tougher, and chances are I'm going to die a few more times. Here's the first Switch Palace. So that's how we turn those little hollow blocks into solid ones. Each one has a little intro scene where you can do something. In this case, it's just to see how many coins you can get in the time limit before it runs out. Most of them, it's just you can get a 1-up if you do it just so. And I never seem to be able to quite manage that, because I always forget what I'm supposed to do. But with that, hit the switch, and now all those little yellow hollow things are going to be solid for the rest of the game. There they go, spread all around. And it's also my first save point. So certain things, if you beat a Switch Palace, a ghost house, one of the castles, that'll create a save. And then there's a few other little spots where that'll happen. So unlike the NES versions that didn't have any kind of battery, didn't really have a password system either, this one actually allows you to save your progress and continue later, because it is a longer game than what we'd had up until this point. So with that, let's just roll through a few levels and see what the game has to tell us in terms of little hints and secrets. Ooh, here's Yoshi, I found him finally. For some reason, in an egg. Mean old Koopa. I don't know why he suddenly has egg power. And then if I could stomp enemies, break blocks, and using the spin jump, of course. That's how you dismount from good old Yoshi. Any eagle eyes out there might have noticed that it mentioned the yellow button as the spin button. So Super Famicom, unlike Super NES, didn't use X, Y, A, B, used yellow, green, red, and blue as the buttons on their controllers. Another little Easter egg that I didn't quite mention is the yellow switch palace. You might have noticed it wasn't the Yo-Star Island, or Yoshi's Island in the English version. It was the Kappa Mountain switch palace. So the Kappa is one of those little funny creatures with a green weed on his head, and that's what that little mountain kind of looked like, so they called it the Kappa Mountain. Yoshi makes this a lot easier. I could also throw those little blue things up, but once you find the one up, you're kind of... The rest is just little coins, but sometimes it's fun to be a completionist. I won't be all the time. Don't worry. If you lose Yoshi, nice thing is you can always catch him again, or he'll just run away and you never do. And for some reason it decided to wait all the way till this point to tell us about the dragon coins. But since we already knew that, it's been good. Usually there's other ways to get lots of extra lives than just collecting all those coins, because these are often hidden in obnoxious or obscure places that take time or energy to get. And I can be kind of lazy about that stuff sometimes. This one's basically telling me that if I press the jump button when I land on an enemy, I can get a bit of a super jump off it. Definitely something you have to do fairly often in this game. I guess this is the point where they figure you're probably going to get to 100 stars, or may get there, so it's starting to tell us what's going to happen. Get to 100 stars, you get a fun bonus game. And you can actually get a lot of extra lives if you time it right. I used to be very good at it, but I don't seem to be as good at it anymore, so I don't seem to always get as many stars. But since I blew one of the gates and just got my coin because I missed the rope, I am behind in my stars. So I guess I'll have to get some next time. If you remember Mario 3, each world had one of Bowser's kids as a final boss. Same thing here. Same kids even. So, gotta go and get them all one by one. And again, show them who's boss. This is kind of an interesting situation, though, because if you're super familiar with how Mario games always tended to work, you get an increasing number of points for the more things you can kill in one go. And that goes for how many things you can land on in between going on the ground. And while you're on this little fence thing, that doesn't count as touching the ground. So everything you squish counts in an increasing score, which eventually leads us to 1-ups. So you can get a ton of extra lives if you play the cards right on these fences. Just never touch the ground. That's the game. Alright, now we're learning about the bosses, the Koopalings. Each one has apparently kidnapped one of Yoshi's friends, so gotta rescue them. I guess that's our incentive to not take the shortcuts, because it's actually possible to go straight to Bowser's Castle, pretty much from World 2, in this game's version of the Warp Zone. But then you don't rescue all the then you don't rescue all of Yoshi's friends. And this one, just gotta not get flattened. And then you see the big red door, and here we have boss number 1. So unlike most of them where you have to jump on it 3 times, this one you're supposed to jump on them enough times to knock them into lava, and we're done. So with that, World 1 is over. In this case, Mario seems to not want to allow this castle to continue, so it is gone. Kablooey. So now that Yostar Island has been recaptured, we'll go to the Donut Plains. All the worlds, or at least other than the first one, and a couple others are named after food. So if you like donuts, prepare to get hungry. Ooh, and we have our first red level. So red means there's a secret exit. And if you get the secret exit, you're going to open up a new path that you wouldn't otherwise get. So you've got to find all the secret exits and all the regular exits to complete this game fully and get the kind of recording that shows you've finished them all when you log in and choose your game file. In addition to the red levels, ghost houses also almost always have a secret exit. Cape is kind of like the equivalent, I guess, of the leaf in the other one, where you can fly and also whip the enemies until they're toast. That was dumb. Got my 1-up and I missed it. At least I got 1. Here, if you find a Yoshi egg and you've still got a Yoshi, it turns into a 1-up. The game is much more generous with the 1-ups. If you remember Mario, the very original one, Super Mario Brothers, you got 1-up in the first level of each world, and then World 1 and World 8 had a second one in the second level. And that was it. No more 1-ups. And here's the secret exit. So anytime you find a key and can bring it to the lock, you're going to open one of the secret paths. So in this case, instead of going up the obvious path there, we're going to the lake. And that's also a red level. So that secret level also has a secret exit. So things get pretty spiderwebby when you sort of think about all the different paths you can take through this game. It's not very linear compared to what we were used to in the past. Nowadays, probably doesn't seem like much, but it was pretty incredible back in the day. It's 30. That ought to do it. All about the matches. With Yoshi, I always seem to miss some. One up. Boo earns. I could have gotten 9 if the whole thing went proper. Anyway, with that, both routes have been solved. Now we're stacking up the red levels, so things are just splitting off all over the place. Gotta be careful in these auto-scroll levels, because if you fall behind and get caught somewhere, you're toast! Mario cannot survive falling behind. Also no good to get stuck between a moving piece and a not moving piece. Doesn't matter how many power ups you have, that's game over. Well, you die anyway. So despite the fact that there's not a red level, ghost houses are almost always a double exit situation. And usually both exits are kind of sneaky on how to get to it, as this box seems to imply as well. Hard to get out of this one alive. But if you know the sneaky tricks, you know the sneaky tricks. These guys are mean. And a goal! Sometimes in these ghost houses, it's actually harder to tell which one's the secret exit and which one's the normal one. You can usually tell by which path opens up. But in terms of the actual route, they tend to both be hidden. And here's the first mention of the secret warp zones, the Star Roads. Once you get one of those, you can access pretty much any part of the game. You just have to get through those levels the right way. And sometimes it's a little challenging without the switch palaces, but I think you can probably do each one if you have the right exact combination of things. But I'm going to play through properly and go through the whole game because I want to catch all these little hint boxes, translate everything, and just have fun. It's been a while since I've gotten to play this game. This is one of the actual few ghost houses with a boss. You don't see the big Boo too often. You definitely don't get to defeat Boos very often unless you have a star or something, so just throw these purple things at him and away he goes. I guess this is the secret exit. And lo and behold, it is a Star Road. So we get to go and see what that's all about now. Before we do, though, gotta go and unlock the proper exit from this. Can't complete without completing.
Kind of cool, you get a little sneak preview of the final level here. Notice on the bottom there's another one, so it lets you use this ridges around Bowser's Valley as a shortcut. These little coin blocks are kind of interesting. Whatever direction you face, the coins just keep going. You can kind of make a coin snake as long as you can fill the space until it hits an obstacle. All kinds of interesting uses for those in different places. Alright, when you get the non-secret exit, you just kind of get back to the original Star Road, so you unlock, I guess, the reverse direction on the path you just were on. So to move forward in Star World, we always need to find the secret exit. Not really that hard to find this, but some of them are very difficult to get if you don't have all the switch palaces. I mentioned that. Not this one, though. And just like that, around and around we go. So I could, in theory, just complete the entire star now, but because I'm going to be doing this the long way, I would like to kind of get to each area naturally, and then I will complete that level to complete the star once I get to the last star road. So with that, let's continue through the end of Mr. Donut Plains. After all of those red levels, finally a yellow one, so nice simple single exit level. Especially when I can cheat like this. Another point of advice. So we can use the buttons to shift the screen a little bit to the left or right if you want to get a look ahead. I kind of like being in the middle of the screen, center of the universe. Brilliantly played. Nice. Get that on the first try, doesn't happen too often. I'm not really doing so hot at these bonus things. I used to be able to get them pretty much perfect 9 every time. Guess as we get older and slower, these things just don't come as naturally as they used to. Or 15 years since I played this last time has caught up with me, whatever it is. So this guy uses a different decorator, it seems like. I don't have any more of those nice little great things to climb and get all the extra lives. This one seems to like these swinging spiky balls. And of course, we have the thwomps, everybody's favorite. Yeah, and the side-scrolling level bits. Doesn't let me just race through at my own pace. Very handy place to have one of those green switch ballast things. Alright, now that we're in the boss door, this one likes to lock me in. But I can just jump on his head. Not too tough. So if he does that fall thing and I'm still standing on the ground, I get stunned, which is pretty inconvenient. In this case, speeds up a little bit as he goes, but that was enough to do it, and he's toast. The donut planes have fallen. So Mario's taking a little bit of a different technique to taking out that castle. But now that we're done defeating the second of the Koopalings, we get to go to the Vanilla Dome underground. I bet there will be traps. And Princess Peach, I'm sure she's fine. She's pretty veteran at dealing with being captured by Bowser, so I'm sure she'll cool her heels and wait until I get there. I'm not getting letters like I did Mario 3, but we have faith. Now we've opened up another path by taking the secret exits all the way up. And we're on top of the mountain. So instead of the vanilla dome, we're now on the vanilla plateau. And we have these green guys back from the original. Would be so annoying. Alright, that unfortunate misstep, I'll leave in. I usually edit out the deaths and just try to show you a nice clean playthrough, but because I went and got the midpoint checkpoint, I didn't want to leave it out, so I guess we'll just fumble through this a little bit again and hopefully make it all the way through. And since Mr. Spiky isn't here, for whatever reason, I guess it won't be so hard. And then another level down. And with that, we skipped all the way to castle number 4. So, editing out half of the Vanilla Dome and World 4 altogether, if I so desired to take that shortcut. But since we've already established it's going to be a complete playthrough, I'm just going to do it. So, we'll take this second star road and leave this little arm of the star, I guess. So this is a situation where we get Yoshis of different colors, and they start out as little baby eggs, and you have to grow them up by feeding them lots of food. And once they've had enough to eat, that happens, and they become proper big Yoshis. So I'm sure you saw the effect when a Yoshi eats a blue shell, he can kind of fly. So Blue Yoshi does that with any shell. As long as he's got a shell in his mouth, he's good to go, and he'll fly anywhere you want to go. Nice, easy way to cheat through some levels. But I believe this is the only place you can natively get a Blue Yoshi. So anytime I want that, I'd have to come to this level and grab him. If I have him eat that star that falls right at the beginning, he just automatically gets big right at that point. But if I want to use the star, I can just have him eat the fishies until he gets big on his own. Now, this suspicious little underpass near the exit pipe seems like something worth checking out. And lo and behold, we have the key exit. So, nice to always get that first. Connect that star road. But if I do want it to tell me I've completed everything, I do need to do the other level and unlock the reverse version of the path first. So, here we go. Take advantage of the star. See if I can score a 1-up or 2. Probably not. There we go. I made it. And the triumphant punching of the red switch. So now in addition to all those green blocks and the yellow blocks, I'll have red blocks all color-coded. So really only blues left. Haven't seen many of the blue halos yet, so hasn't been an issue so far. Thanks for watching part 1. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for part 2.